I like the over 7.5 on the Saints. It's not a very good division. People inside the building and around the organization like Tyler Shough. For the record, go to his last 5 games last year. He's a big kid with a lively arm. Last 5 games, 70% completion percentage, 99 passer rating. They think they have found their guy. For all we know, they have. Also, Jordan Tyson, Travis Etienne, some upgrades here to go with Chris Olave. Look at the schedule. A lot of games. Look at the end of that schedule. If this team's in a playoff race, there is a lot of winnable games. I think the Saints are a 9-10-ish win team. They believe they found their quarterback, and when organizations believe that, everything goes downhill.
Yeah, I genuinely believe the Saints have found their franchise quarterback. And I absolutely, positively love this New Orleans team coming into the upcoming season. I'm genuinely excited about them, I really am. My eyes lit up when I saw that Colin was actually dedicating some airtime to the Saints. Because, as I've told you guys, I'm actively trying to produce more Saints content. I want to be able to cover them thoroughly. I'm going to be so locked into this division because I just think it's going to be incredibly exciting. Before I jump into it, please, 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 New Orleans Saints fans, do not forget to subscribe and watch the full length of the video. When you guys do that, views go through the roof, subscribers go through the roof. And it's not about chasing views, it's not about chasing subscribers, it's about being able to create Saints content that people genuinely want to watch and discuss. So we can keep having the most unbiased, grounded, honest conversations. It makes such a huge difference to watch the full length of video and subscribe at the same time, and I would really, really appreciate it. The Saints are, without a doubt, a team where I can make a video and, like, 27 people watch, right? It's like I want to be able to create Saints content that people actually want to watch, because otherwise, if I keep making Saints videos that no one's watching, I'm not doing a good enough job. I've got to make videos and cover the teams that people want to watch and discuss. Otherwise, what are we even doing here? So, you guys show up, rise to the occasion, and it puts me in such a great position to be able to just make Saints videos whenever I want. I'm doing it right now even though there's a Ravens video out there. There's other bigger teams that I could be covering. I saw Colin discuss the Ravens and the Giants earlier in the segment, and I was like, no, I'm doing the Saints right now because that's what I want to do. I've already made a bunch of Ravens videos recently. I've made some Giants videos recently. This is the Saints. So, I'm sticking to my word here. I've already gone through Taysom Hill's season, the beginning of it and all of that, and kind of what Colin was talking about. I was laughing earlier because Colin was just talking in like slow motion. He was like, 70% passer rating. I'm like, okay, come on. Why are you trying to stretch out the segment right now? That's why I was smiling. Nothing against him, because I think Kellen Moore and Taysom Hill, that duo, and now what they've got in free agency, Kellen Moore is going to be able to cook, man. Make no mistake about it. Kellen Moore is going to be able to cook. I'm excited to see what this looks like. Taysom Hill was laughed at as a quarterback. And it's so funny because everyone's so obsessed with the body language of the GM, the owner, the coaches, whoever the camera is filming in that moment when they draft someone. They're always like, oh, so-and-so doesn't L. Okay, too happy. They were judging Sean Payton's body language when they got Bo Nix. They were like, does this look like someone that thinks he got the next Patrick Mahomes? And they were talking about this past draft with Sean McVay and all of that. Yet with the Saints, they could not be happier. And yet no one talked about it. It was like it didn't matter because it didn't fit the narrative that people had about the Saints, about Taysom. So, yeah. I was really impressed. For his limited sample size, which was obviously limited, he played at a level where he had a stretch that would be considered top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I'm not saying that he's automatically a top 10 quarterback. I'm not saying that next year he's definitely going to be a top 10 quarterback. But he absolutely had that stretch. And listen, it's relatively easy to have a stretch of games where you could be like, hey, that's a top quarterback in the NFL. But when we put this all together with the roster improvements, the offensive improvements, and guys that can make a major impact, I fully believe that you have the offensive coach to put it together. That's the big key to me as well. You have Kellen Moore, who is also a unique person because he's like a hybrid between the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the quarterback's coach. So, you kind of have all of this together. And I love it. And you've got Doug Nussmeier, who came over from the Eagles. So, their ability to develop a Shough quarterback and develop Tyler Shough, I just think they're flush. I really do. I think they have the requisite talent. They have that floor of talent. And then they have the coaches there. They have the coaches and they also have that continued trust as well with Kellen Moore and Doug. So, it becomes a meeting of the minds in the quarterback's room. I don't see how they don't improve. I don't see how Tyler Shough doesn't look even better than he was last season. And Kellen Moore now will also have a full year under his belt being a head coach. I see a lot of momentum. A lot of momentum. Which is again, what makes this division so exciting for me. It used to be a race to the bottom, and now it's a race to the top. It was always like who's going to back their way into winning this division, and now it's like any of these games are going to be awesome. And then you're playing a bunch of these kind of in-between type teams, the Raiders, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Browns. You're just like, I don't know what version of this team we're about to see. So, a lot to love about New Orleans. Thinking that they're going to win over 7.5 games, I always look at it this way, if I think you're a legitimate team, your floor is you have to at the minimum split in the division. That's 3-3 right there. So, are there 5 other wins that you'll be able to pull off? Come on, man. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think, Abu? T the New Orleans Saints? Do you think it's a safe play over 7.5 wins? Do you think I'm overrating Taysom Hill and Kellen Moore? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get into some discussions. Let's get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.